ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy Donald Roberts, Don's Pod Radio.
Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome. Podcast number 170 from CKW.
Now when I get the blues, get me rockin' chair. Now when I get the blues, they don't ever say goodbye.
There they go, the sound of the Downchild Blues Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Much More Music, presented by
CKW.
Second of four heavyweight hits in a row from the big guy right here at CKW, Big Daddy Donald Roberts. How the heck are you? Podcast number 170. We're in mid-November 2009 from CKW and Don's Pod Radio, ONJ. CKW. And Olivia Newton-John. Here are the Buckinghams. Kind of a drag. Third of three and a third of four. Yeah. I got to learn how to count.
Kind of a drag when you know she's been CKW, $1 million music.
Canada's own Paul Anka from CKW and Don's Pod Radio. Had to change headphones.
I'm just a lonely boy, lonely and blue. I'm just a lonely boy, lonely and blue. I'm all alone, with nothing to do. I got everything.
Hey guys, this is Joey Day from the J Days podcast. Hey, just want to thank all of you guys for coming over and listening to our show. Our numbers have really grown. Here's a little excerpt from our latest show. Hey, we do have a couple emails. You guys want to hit some emails and phone calls here?
Yeah. Emails and voicemails.
All right, that's what I just said. Yeah, emails and voicemails. This one's from Becky from Fresno. That's a bummer, huh? I was up there.
People's booing.
You're ready to do your thing.
I was ready, just opening the show, and then sure enough, boom, interrupted. Yeah.
Oh, man. That guy gets around, man.
He does get around, man. It's crazy. He's all over the place, man. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the feature this week. Thanks to Don for playing it. All right, guys, check us out at www.jdays.com.
More music, CKW.
Young girl, get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl.
There he goes, Gary Puckett in the Union Gap. Young Girl, Get Out of My Mind. CKW and Don's Pod Radio podcast number 170 for the middle of November 2009. And if you're wondering why I made the headphone mention, we have the three, count of three. Yeah, no, never mind. We are televising this particular podcast. There is a camera set up, and I was going to say the three networks are here, but that would be just a lie. That would be just that big, maybe bigger. And no, we are televising or webcamming this particular program. So if you're wondering what happened, the headless cord phones quit working, and I had to go back to the old ones. Then I found out why they quit working, and never mind. You really don't want to know. Hey, listen, it's time to get out the little piece of paper, and it's time for Don's Pod Radio and CKW's TV Tune of the Week. Yes, sirree, it's time to take out that piece of paper, take out the pencil, and let's have a listen to this week's TV Tune of the Week. Of course, you're supposed to write it down on the paper if you think you know what it is. Then you put the piece of paper off to one side because later in the program we come back and revisit it.
The image lasted for as long as it took to play the national anthem, yet it still echoes over 4 decades later. Hello, I'm Al Murphy. This is Retrospective. African-American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos, winners of the gold and bronze medals respectively in the 200-meter race, bowed their heads and raised their black-gloved fists in a Power to the People salute during the medal ceremony at the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City. But why did Smith raise his right hand while Carlos raised his left hand as opposed to his right, differing from the traditional right-hand Black Power salute? Well, I'll return with that answer a little later in the podcast.
Don's Pod Radio.
He raised his right hand because he's unidextrous, as opposed to me. I'm ambivalent. I don't know. CKW and Don's Pod Radio. Hot butter.
For a free transcript of this podcast, get out a pencil and write down everything we say.
Don's Pod Radio.
Thank you, Doc Harris. Thank you, Hot Butter. CKW in Brazil 66. Sergio Mendes.
Of love is in your eyes. A look the time can't disguise.
Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66, then they became 77.
CKW.
If you're watching this on the webcam, you're probably wondering, what does he do? Not very much, I'll tell you. I listen to the music just like you are.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. Get on the road again.
And now from oldiesmusic.com and Treasure Island Oldies, here's this week's rock and roll news. In 1956, Elvis Presley's Love Me Tender film premiered in New York City. In 1957, WCFL in Chicago banned all Elvis Presley records, and the station was promptly picketed by local Elvis fans. And from oldiesmusic.com and Treasure Island Oldies, that's your rock and roll news for this week. I'm Michael Godin.
The history of rock and roll. CK.
Don's Pod Radio.
Back to music we go on the show. Billy Joe Royal, Trains and Boats and Planes. Thank you, Michael. CKW, Don's Pod Radio, podcast number 170. It's nice to know you're out there, and we'll see you hopefully on YouTube, Don's Pod Radio. Give us a look.
Trains and boats and planes, we're passing by. They mean a trip to Paris or Rome, to someone else, but not for me. The trains and the boats and planes,